Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, where we are still exploring. And last time we looked around outside of town on all the roads and the areas we do not have to go for the urgent requests. And now we take a look around the city. I'm beginning my patrol of the downtown district. But first, let me figure out a good place to start. Don't worry, it's a circle. Hey, and police officers are going to the downtown district again. Remember in the beginning of Zero, the downtown district was effectively abandoned by the police, and the gang members didn't really believe we were police officers when we introduced ourselves because police never comes here. Oh, I should try asking Anna. Being a witch, she would surely be able to find one, I thought. He began to run along the path back toward Anna's hut. Suddenly, he heard a loud cry. And when? Can we get to the food already? You bought some bread, didn't you? Let's just swipe it while she isn't looking. It looks like Reese is here to teach Sunday school. That's a famous fairy tale she's reading to them. It's kind of nice to watch. Yeah. One that lies in the library as well. I actually forgot the name. Witch of a Deep Forest or something like that? He headed towards the sound and found Ron and a great frightening... A great frightening what? Boring, won't just take a nap until it's feeding time, Roos. Yep, definitely. Oh, just remembered, you'll be writing your thoughts on this book at the end of today's lesson. Those who don't turn anything in will go without lunch for failing to participate. Wait, what? That's tyranny? The new sister doesn't play around, huh? It's okay with me, we can all enjoy it together. When he has to pay attention for food, he pays attention. I don't believe I've seen that particular sister around before. She seems to be quite good with children, though, doesn't she? Watching her read to them brings a smile to my face. Looks like we've got officers patrolling around here, what with a trade conference starting up tomorrow. Can't see why. Hard to believe any dignitaries would want to stop by this Baron's little slice of town. Bah, blasted trade conference, what a bunch of malarkey. It's no concern of mine what's going on with the diet or politics for that matter. They can all go kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. Ah, still a bit bitter, huh? Nicole probably went to St. Ursula's. Alrighty, Lima, what do you want to do today? Let's play house. I can be the mommy and you can be the daddy. You want me to be the dad, huh? Well, it just so happens I got some experience, sweetie. Risha isn't home either. Now that hits the spot. I can eat your cooking every day for the rest of my life. Here you go, my darling. I made some super yummy food for you. Eat up. Dear Bob, Brandy, both my eternal companions and friends. Now that Orcus Tower has been built, all that's left is the unveiling ceremony. Thank goodness for that, my husband might be home a little more with his workload finally settling down. I can't wait to see the fruits of his labors tomorrow. It'll be a memory I never forget. A new sister from the church dropped by, kept telling me to come to class so I can hear her read some stale old book. I got out of it, but then she left a copy of a damn thing behind as homework. She's gonna be a tough one to crack. Can't let my guard down around that sister. Still, a free book's a free book. Guess I'll read it when I got time. Oh, hey, Red. You finally get back with your SSS pals. Yep, about time. I see your shop is just as shifty as it's always been. You think a small-time business like us cares about how it looks out front? This ain't some frou-frou boutique, bro. Oh, and about the back alley's newest neighbors. I figured it was them. Hell if I'm gonna be poking my nose around there anytime soon. Guess I shouldn't be surprised as Ashley already knows about my ties to the Red Constellation. I wonder what tipped her off. Thanks to that trade conference deal, I've got more cops patrolling down here today than I'd ever care to see. What a pain, but better not be driving away any customers. So, party of two, correct? We have a table right here, or would you prefer to sit at the counter? Oh, well, it is a bar after all. Why don't we take the counter? Sounds good to me. Understood. Right this way, please. Oh, I didn't expect to find a bar this nice in such a rundown neighborhood. I heard good things about this place, so we're giving it a shot. I'm digging the atmosphere. The police have begun taking the patrols downtown. What about you, Vazi? Have your duties been proceeding smoothly? More or less. There have been no problems in particular. I see. That's good to hear. I came here to surprise my brother during his shift. He was embarrassed at first, but he served me like any other customer eventually. I'm glad working here has taught him some professionalism. Man, this non-alcoholic cocktail Azure made is actually pretty good. More people in the city have been coming to check us out lately. Still, it's a bad neighborhood, so we don't get many customers at night. Oh, everyone's wearing the same clothes as Ozzy. I wish I could get my own blue parka, but I could match too. Why did Serena have to storm in here for no reason? Whatever, I need to get back to work. It's adorable how Az's sister worries about him. Something about the little back and forth warms my heart. Huh. Yeah, these are the schematics for the orbital stuff Theo is currently using. Not bad, it's maybe gonna have a higher output of all of these structural improvements. Yeah, I think I can work with this when she gets back in town. You can? Thank you so much, Jerome. Now Theo will be able to get upgrades to her stuff the moment she returns to work. Speaking of which, didn't her big return to the SSS get pushed back? It did. She's been so busy with work at the Foundation's headquarters. I've been contacting her every hour, but she almost never responds. Oh, Theo, how you worry me so. Roberts, anyone ever told you that you might be smothering the poor girl? Chief Roberts never changes. I hope Theo's been eating properly. She'll ruin her health if she works non-stop. Oh, I'm so worried I can barely stand it. I should get back to the office and try calling her again. I hope this isn't how people see us when it comes to Kia. Well, what do you got here? Hooked back up with the SSS, have you, Randy? Yeah, lucky me, huh? Hope you don't mind if I bring my toys for some modding again. Sure. You know how it works. Get me the materials and we got the deal. Just be sure not to overdo it out there, you hear? The little lady is the only one who hasn't come back to her team yet, right? Sooner the better. I'm itching to go onto that stuff of hers again. Yeah, I haven't bought new weapons, so... Oh, it's you guys. Hey, Vazi, I heard you fought Walt one-on-one? And did you want to ask me something? You might not like the answer. No, I don't. Ward's the strongest guy there is. I'd never believe you stinking lies. Wow, that jackass sure is beloved, huh? Yeah, to Dino, Walt must be nothing short of a hero. The story for real, Cocky? According to those spreads, yeah. Like hell it is, I never believed that bullshit. There's no way Walter got his ass kicked like that. Are they referring to that fight in the rain the other day? Yeah, that has to be it. Look who it is! You got some major balls showing your face around here. What? You want a piece of us now? That it? Fine, bring it, asshole. I'm gonna pummel that pretty boy face in. Hey! Back off, Luganov. Even if what was little punk said was true, us trying to even the squire would only make Walt look bad. You think he'd be proud of us for that? Get frigging real. Damn it. Look, I don't know what you're here for, but if it ain't to pick a fight, then make like a tire and hit the road. If you are looking to fall down though, that changes things. That was never my intention. Sorry for bothering you, gentlemen. Let's get out of here. Sure. Walt's not here. What a lot of bullshit, I ain't buying it in one bit. There's no freaking way Walt would lose to Vazi. Just get out of here already. If you ain't looking to throw down, then make like a tree and leave. Don't expect to make it out of here in one piece if you keep testing our patience. So got any ideas? Yeah, this morning I saw a sister was carrying so much bread around you'd think she robbed a bakery. Got me thinking. Damn, she was smoking hot. I'd love to take a bite out of her buns. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And how is that supposed to have put Walt in a better mood? Well, I thought we could go hit on her at the cathedral later. Well, are you on? Your big idea to cheer Walt up is to take him to church? Hey, I don't see you coming up with anything better. You dumbass! Use your brain for once! Trying to hit on Reese in the church? How many times must I tell you, dear? You shouldn't talk with your mouth full. Have some manners for once. Crossbell's economy is as booming as they say. The whole city's a buzz over a big trade conference. That lady at the counter over there says she's a reporter from Libel. Maybe I can get her to take a cute picture of me? Noticia? Yeah. This restaurant feels as authentic as any of the ones in the Eastern Quarter. I wonder if Niall and Dorothy are over there having an Eastern lunch of their own right now. I hear they'll be restricting traffic on East Crossbell Highway all the way to Tangham Gate tomorrow. The Calvert president will be passing through on his way to the conference, so they gotta keep the road secure. Won't be for the entire day, but this still throws a bit of a wrench in my work schedule. Ruth has a habit of overthinking things. What use is there in worrying? We'll make it big for sure as long as we keep working hard. Master's penchant for Eastern martial arts. He said he used to drive out all the ruffians himself when he worked in the Eastern Quarter. In other words, the death glare he uses whenever guys squawk at Shanshan isn't just for show. Puck is starting to look like he's enjoying his job here a little too much. I bet he's totally forgotten about our plan to open a shop together in the future. The only reason we started working here was to build up some cash for our own business. But with how much Puck has been enjoying this job, like he's forgotten all about that. No, He's just a lot more relaxed than you. I hear a number of reporters will be coming to Crossbell tomorrow for the conference. They had better not try to take unsolicited photos of my Shanshan. Anyone who pulls a camera out in my restaurant will be in for a world of pain. I won't make a fuss over the women, but if some fool of a man so much as pulls out a camera, he'll be in a world of pain. Oh, there's a path down here even. Never noticed! A mute. Why do Puck and Roos hate Zhang Hu's lectures? Because they're long and loud. Good day, SSS. As you can see, I'm currently patrolling the marketplace. Keep up the good work, everyone. Our fellow Crossbellans depend on it. So, that building up the stairs now belongs to the Imperial Fishing Club, was it? I assumed it wouldn't be that much different from a Fisherman Guild, but so far they haven't even bothered to drop by and say hello. That was suspicious if you ask me. Still, they're angling enthusiasts like any other. They can't be all bad, right? I've stopped doing the chores over at my house. Cold turkey. Life is so much more pleasant now. I just love lazing around all day. My husband and boys can start taking care of themselves, I say. The men of my household hardly know what to do now that I'm not waiting on them hand on foot. Serves them right. Still, I always find myself coming back to these stalls when I go out, as if I'm still shopping for them. Must be a force of habit. I heard this neat tidbit from a doctor working in St. Ursula. Supposedly, your body absorbs less fat when you're eating certain vegetables. In other words, having veggies with meat can help you stay trim without cutting back. Really? That's a good tip, I keep that in mind. I guess some women are always conscious about this kind of thing. You guys getting your daily servings of veggies in? Eating nothing but junk food will poison your bodies, you know? Vegetables are an essential part of a balanced lifestyle, and that's a fact. Din studied vegetables as much as he could before becoming a stall owner, but he doesn't know the first thing about managing a business, so he basically gets by on his personality alone. I guess that's just what makes Din Stins. Din's wants to own his business, but he doesn't have the slightest clue how to manage it. The trick to skipping is doing your research. Otherwise, you miss out on all kinds of limited time sales. I think I can save some extra mirror by shopping at the stall around this time of day. If I want to have mirror left over for my allowance, then I gotta save. Those sales won't last forever. I can't afford to let a single bargain go by. Everything at my stall is made by hand. That's what gives them that warm, rustic charm, the kind a machine could never manufacture. Making things by hand takes a while and you can end up nicking yourself pretty good, but it's worth it in the end. It gives things that warm, rustic charm, the kind a machine could never manufacture. Have you any idea how good machines are by now? Heads of state from all over Western Zemuria will be arriving at Crossbell tomorrow morning. Now that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He is hoping I'm lucky enough to see some of them in person. My husband gets rather huffy over politics, but even he holds Mayor Croix in high regard. It's no surprise how capable he is. Considering how many years he's been CEO of the IBC, he may just be the leader we need during the trade conference. Even a political fuddy-duddy like Morse holds Mayor Croix in high esteem. Economic arrangements will be the primary point of discussion between the representatives at the trade conference. Naturally, you can expect the Business Owners Association will be paying close attention to every arrangement they strike. I've been seeing police officers on patrol left and right today. It's like the city just can't sit still. Oh, cut the carp! How much longer are you gonna play us for fools before you're satisfied? Well, some kind of fight going on? Oh no, not again. Hey guys, something wrong? Oh, look who's here. You arrived at the perfect time. Get a load of this, Lloyd. This long-faced LoH and his friends scoped out a bunch of fishing holes across the state. Not only that, but they're holding them hostage so they can hawk it all for themselves. Hold them hostage? Yeah, he said that the spots they claimed are off limits to anyone who isn't part of a stupid little club. I ignored them and cast my line anyway, but one of their goons cut it. That's horrible. Is there some reason you can't set aside your differences? It's just fishing, right? Just fishing? I refuse to so much as toss a line alongside this shoddy group of amateurs. Compared to my elite team of anglers, they are simply an unsightly blemish, one intent on lingering at that. What's wrong with being an amateur? You don't have to be a pro to enjoy the sport of it. Listen, you all might have some tournament credentials to your names, but that doesn't give you the right to discredit our members. We got some ace anglers in our ranks too. Do you now? Yeah, sounds right. Sure, I had to hand over my title, but I was still a bona fide master fisher. So, you do have some backbone in you after all. How amusing. Then, if you insist, why not face off against us in a series of Anglers duels? Anglers duels? Have you lost your mind? Excuse me, what's an Angler duel? It's exactly what it sounds like, a battle of the baits. Angler duels are the be-all, end-all of every fisherman out there. That's right, your pride, your honor, everything you have and everything you are goes on the line for these matches. I can't say I ever participated in one, but I have heard about fishermen who lost all of their worldly possessions to an angler's duel. That's just how intense they are. Defeat isn't an option when the stakes are so high. Seriously? Get a grip, you guys, just fishing. So, what are your terms? Let's see. My 4 elite comrades have already joined me in Crossbell. If a single one of you manages to defeat every one of us, victory is yours. How does that sound? You're welcome to challenge us as many times as you like, but until you win, you will succumb to our every whim. Of course, those whims will be limited to the piscatorial, mind you. And if we win? I do suppose there is an infinitesimal chance of a miracle beyond your wildest dream could occur. How about this? For each victory over one of my members, we return that respective fishing spot. If you do manage to defeat the 5 of us, we will withdraw from Crossbell and relinquish your office. Furthermore, we will abide by a single request upon your unlikely victory. You will? Are you kidding? Question, why should they believe a word out of your mouth? There's nothing stopping you from going back on your promise if they win. No, it's like Peter says, anglers' duels are the final word when it comes to a fisherman's dignity. These guys may be a school of pompous basses, but I can tell their pride as anglers is unmatched. They'll make good on their promise. We can be confident about that. If you say so. I suppose it's a matter of integrity. You've defied my expectations, Sergeant. You've defied my expectations, Sergeant. I'm impressed you can even comprehend. Well, what course of action will you take? Will you rise to the occasion? Or will you swim away like the little tadpoles you are? Alright, we're in. As you wish. Are you sure about this, Sudden? We can't beat them, we end up having to do whatever they say forever. Ha! But on the flip side, that means we can challenge them as many times as we want to. Honestly, it sounds like it won't be as hard to pull a win out of this one. Doesn't matter how strong they are, nobody's streak can last forever. Yeah, you might be right. Haha, I can see you've yet to fully grasp what it means to be an angler. Not that it's any concern of mine. I should note, however, that you're only eligible to challenge me once you've defeated the other 4. Furthermore, you must first earn the right to challenge them by fulfilling certain pre-specified conditions. We are too busy to waste our time on anglers who've yet to prove their skill. I hope I make myself clear. Yeah, Crystal. Sudden. Very well. Do inquire with our receptionist Salem if you need any further explanations regarding our wager. I'm admittedly curious to see whether you're worthy of tackling the Imperial Fishing Club's Elite 4. There's a lot at stake with these angler duels. Ha, don't worry, this will be a piece of cake. All we need is for one of us to grind that Lake Lord jerk into ground bait. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be that person, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned about these Elite 4 of this as well. True, we can challenge them as often as we want, so with enough elbow grease we'll surely win eventually. But I get the feeling that it won't be as easy as Copper thinks. Rumor is that every one of them outstrips even a master fisherman in terms of skill. They're that good? I already knew it would be hard. And now it sounds downright hopeless. We'll see about that. Personally, I'm happy things are finally heating up. Let's head back to our new branch and hold a strategy meeting. Did you say new branch? Oh, I haven't told you yet, have I, Lloyd? The branch manager found us a building along the East Crossbell Highway to use as our new office. Well, it's not much of an office, it's an abandoned old boat rental shed. Sure, it's small, worn down and in shambles, but it's near a stream and so fishing will be easier than ever for us. Sounds comfy, yeah? It's just a place for a group of anglers looking to make a fresh start. You'll see a sign for it on the East Crossbell Highway, a fair distance out from Tangwan Gate. Just follow the arrow and head south to get to the boathouse. You're welcome to visit us if you ever find the time, Lloyd. Will do. Now then, we're gonna do something about these angler duels one way or another. But since we're short on members, we'd appreciate if you could help pad our numbers a bit, Lloyd. Of course, I don't want to lose all my favorite fishing rods either. I support you with everything I've got. Ha! Don't get too ahead of yourselves, Lloyd. I'm not about to let you show me up. We'll see you then. May we all fish our hearts out. Yeah, let's do this together. It's nice to see Lloyd get so excited about something, isn't it? I never really understood the draw of fishing, but at least there's a large passionate community to share it with. So let's ask. Lord Lakelord. Sounds terrible. Lord Lakelord explains the situation to me. I can clarify the angler duels for you if you like. Rules. We return the branch if you defeat all of them, and Lord Lakelord will grant you one request. 5 opponents in total, the Elite 4 and Lord Lakelord himself. Whenever you defeat a member of Elite 4, they will also surrender their respective fishing sport. There are certain conditions that need to be met in order to request a duel with each member. Once you meet those conditions, you're welcome to issue as many challenges as you like. Triton. You're interested in challenging Triton the Silver Orca? They say he's the strongest of Elite 4. You have to catch 29 unique kinds of fish in order to earn that right. It's a steep demand to be sure, but keep at it and you'll get there. Kaguya? So you're interested in challenging Kaguya the Dragon Princess? They say she's blessed by the mighty gods of fishing. You'll have to catch a fish longer than 130 wege in order to earn the right to duel her. So we need a large fish. Doing so might be a matter of luck more than skill, but don't let that discourage you too much. Narsa's the crazy wave. He's absolutely infatuated with beautiful fish. And himself. You have to catch Crossbell's most beautificent fish in order to earn the right to duel him. I apologize for the vague guidelines, but that's all I was told. You know you've done it if it makes Narcissus shout for joy. So probably a noble carp or something like that. Sharkman. Sharkman the Ocean's Edge. Don't let his appearance fool you, his technique is impeccable. You have to catch 6 different types of game fish in order to earn the right to duel him. The fish in question are the gluttonous bass, rock eater, American carp, as well as the piranha, arowana, and pirarucu. Catching them all will be a challenge in and of itself, but I believe you can do it. Alright, and I have already found 3 of them during my road exploration, and I'm pretty sure the 4th one is on the Mines Mountain Road, on the lower fishing spot. No, not on the Great Waterfall, on the lower one, where there is the plank leading into the water. Oh, by the by, I started playing that Pom Pom Party game the other day. You guys want to have a go at it? We can have ourselves a friendly little match if you're free. Mikkel's Pom Pom Party account info received. Well, hello there, SSS. If you're looking for Kia, she's up on the 2nd floor playing with Shizuku. Thanks for taking good care of her, especially with how busy you are. Not a problem. Kia is like a nice breath of fresh air in all this work we've been swamped in. I can feel my maternal instincts kick in when I look at those two, as if they're my very own daughters. You said your maternal instincts? You got a problem with that, hon? No, of course not. On a separate note, where's Arios at the moment? Oh, we split for Calvert immediately after bringing Shizuku here from the hospital. Everything he had to do before the conference is wrapped up, so he's off to root out any potential problems on the Republican side of things. Wow, that man is one heck of a workaholic. Sounds like the guild's going to have all the bases covered for that big day tomorrow. You better believe it. Make sure you do the same before the day is out, okay? Yeah, Arias we just heard is in Calvert. Scott and Wenzel we met, and Lynn and Aeolia are somewhere. Hi guys! Good morning everyone. Hey there, Kia. Looks like you two are having fun. It's been some time since we last met, Shizuku. Yes, it has. So this girl's the Divine Blade of Wind's daughter? She's just as cute as you said. See, I told you. This voice, you're Noelle, right? You helped me make a present for my father once. Wow, you remember me? Considering it was just for once, I'm flattered. Kia to tell me if the SSS had new members. Are you two the ones she meant? Vazi Hemisphere, the pleasure's all mine. Likewise, it's nice to meet you. Hold on, Shizuku. You gotta introduce yourself too. Oh, yes, you're right. I'm Kia's friend, Shizuku McLean. The special support section has been a great help to my father this past year. I'd like to thank you again for all that you've done for him. I think Arias has been a greater help to us, to be perfectly frank. And that's putting it mildly. That's not true at all. He said it was because of you that they were able to put an end to that incident a while ago. Shizuku's a good kid, ain't she? Always a thoughtful one. So, did you guys come because you wanted to play too? Sorry, Kia. We only came to say hi to Shizuku, since it's been so long. We've still got work to do, so you two feel free to play your hearts out, okay? You got it! Have a nice day, everyone. Good luck with your work. Yeah, it's huge, and there's this big blue curtain on it right now. That sounds nice. I wish I could see it for myself. You should come with us. I'll tell you everything that happens. Okay, we'll be together then. I think they're talking about Orcus Tower. You don't play with me at all anymore, Roy. Hurry up and find a job so we can have fun again. If only life were that simple. I'll help boy find a job. Then once he gets one, we can play together again. I've had enough of this job hunt. Why don't you try asking one of the stalls on the street, Roy? Don't be stupid. I don't have what it takes to work out in the open where everyone can see me. I want something cushier, something where I'm not outside at all. Man, street stalls really aren't my thing. Just thinking about standing on my feet all day makes me want to drop. I've already gone for about everything else I can think of, though. I wonder if she'll like those expensive cookies I picked up from Times. They should be around here somewhere. Mom, you can't seriously be thinking of what? Bringing my youngest daughter her lunch and a well-deserved snack? The police are extremely busy preparing for the conference, no? If I don't do it, who will? Friend's not a little girl anymore, Mom. She can take care of herself, and you showing up during work would be perfectly fine, Noel. I'm sure she'll love it, and that's final. Oh, I get it now. You'd like it if I dropped by the SSS to do the same for you, wouldn't you? Very well, a mother does what she must. No, that's not what I... Mom! Clarice won't take no for an answer. That must be where Fran gets it from. At this point, I'll be happy as long as she doesn't do the same for me. Yeah, those two are in Trinity. Morden's family used to own an estate in the residential district, but one thing led to another and now they live here. Even so, they're a warm and cheery bunch. I should follow their example. The family across the hall moved here from the residential district. They've been through a lot but still managed to keep up their spirits. I should follow their example. Our old residence at the home office, but there's no such luxury here. Instead, I've begun commuting to the IBC, much like our other employees. Now that I've finally settled in from our move, I need to start tackling my work in earnest. Honestly, commuting to my job isn't all that bad. There's something gratifying about announcing that I'm home after a long day of hard work. Our kitchen is a tad on the small side, but there are a few flower pots out front that I can use for gardening. I think this will do just fine. I thought Sunita would need more time to adjust to our new home than this. Seems I was worrying over nothing. I love our new home, but you've been acting strange ever since we got here, Marie. Maybe you're in shock because of how sudden we moved? What has you so frightened, Marie? Yeah, probably. I have no idea where I am, kind of thing. Investigating Hayu's actions is outside the Metro Division's jurisdiction, but we still try to keep an eye out. I doubt they'll be brave enough to cause trouble in broad daylight, though. Lot of officers on patrol today, huh? Better make sure I don't bump into any of them by accident. I'm here on standby so I can rush in with my patrol car if anything happens. Sure, it doesn't measure up to the CGF's armored cars, but it's still tough and the glass is bulletproof. It can even be used as cover if it comes down to it. My noodles go down smooth, so no need to mind your P's and Q's. Go on and slurp as much as you like. It's the best way to savor their flavor, I always say. It's the same guy. It's running in circles here. A sign is hung on the locked door. Are you trading Crossbell branch? If you have business with us, please knock. Are you trading? That man who runs this branch is named Zhao, right? That's him, Zhao Li, otherwise known as Heiyu's sharp and capable White Orchid Dragon. Do we feel like paying him a visit? Well, even if we did, there's no guarantee they'll let us inside. Probably not, but I wouldn't mind picking his brain about what happened to the old LoH building. Yeah, Heiyu definitely had their sights set on it, but in the end Crimson & Co. bought the deed out from under them. Oh no, I feel about that. Oh, I admit it was rather regrettable. Zhao? Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of a special support section. Your timing is impeccable, actually. It just so happens there's a small favor I'd like to ask of you. What? A favor from us? Why don't you step inside so I can apprise you of the finer details? But of course, I won't force you if you're otherwise preoccupied. Wait, can't you just... Our apologies, but this request for your assistance is genuine. I ask that you listen to what Master Zhao has to say if you have the time. Enter at your own convenience. We will leave the door unlocked for you. Bit of a patronizing bunch, aren't they? I'm not sure you're one to talk. So what should we do? It doesn't seem to be a trap. Maybe we should play along. Might learn something useful from these chumps. Yeah, maybe. We've got our hands full too, so there's no need to do this if we don't want to. You know what? When they announce that so publicly, I think I do that in a separate episode, because that sounds like a hidden quest. And in the last exploration we got the bamboo, what? That was a waste. I don't know if it's because of a trade conference, but the streets are a real eyesore with all the police officers clogging them up. Ah, darn it. Amita told me to quit my complaining. I better knock it off before she gets back. Amita says it's bad for my health. Whether she's right or not, I wouldn't want to make her sad, so I try not to run my mouth too much. Only one more day until the trade conference officially opens. Our office has been so hectic preparing for it, you could cut through the tension with a knife. Nice to finally meet you, Nielsen. The feeling's mutual. I've been looking forward to this. The editor-in-chief has told me a few things about you, in fact. Namely, what a bold and outgoing reporter you've become over these past 3 years. Ah, quit it. Are you making me blush? I'm not really anything special. I just like what I do, so I do what I like. That's all. So you say, but taking pride in your work is what matters most in journalism. There's something different about Grace when she's speaking with Mr. Nielsen. I was thinking the same. It's rare to see her like this. Bit of a hero moment. For all the effort Harrow went to the one who ended up landing the old Ravage compound of us, Crimson & Co. That said, we don't have a clue what those guys are about, let alone how deep their connections run. There's no telling what's gonna happen with them in the neighborhood. All we can do is wait and see. Oh wait, these are from that place in the Republic that everyone's been talking about, right? The Secado? I've always wanted to try their stuff, don't mind if I do. So you've done your research and I might have a feeling that would be the case. I'll give you my word, one bite alone will make your taste buds melting. There's just one more day until the trade conference finally begins. That means higher alert levels citywide. The security personnel like myself are going to be at the top of our game. The police and Guardian Force are fighting securities ahead of a big trade conference. The IBC Security Department is committed to providing its full support and cooperation as well. We've already received a detailed briefing from the CBD Security Task Force on how to proceed during the next few days. It's times like these we need to join our efforts for the good of the state. The IBC Security Department will do everything it can to support the CBD and CGF both. Maybe it's due to the upcoming trade conference, but I've noticed stock prices rising over the past several days. It's not a buyer's market right now, unfortunately for me. My wallet can't afford the options I was interested in. Oh, I better to focus on my trading company rather than trading shares for now. The IBC has been hosting President Rocksmith of Calvert tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a busy day for all of us in the security department. Don't tell anyone, but my anxiety is spiking already. Hello SSS, welcome to the IBC. If you have business with me, I encourage you to take care of it today as the bank will be closed tomorrow. Closed? Was there a holiday I forgot about? If I remember correctly, President Rocksmith of Calvert plans on taking a tour of the IBC building tomorrow afternoon. Could that be the reason? Indeed it is, Miss McDowell. You always did keep on top of things. Needless to say, the bank couldn't ask for a more distinguished guest than President Rocksmith. Every business in the building is preparing to greet him as we speak. I'm not surprised. The same must be happening in Michelin with all the dignitaries that will be staying there. That's a safe bet. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Thanks for letting us know, Lanfei. One moment, please. Click, 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 click. I'm looking into the details of your contract right away, sir. Alright, I'll leave you to it. Can I help you? I would hope you weren't thinking of cutting out of me. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm going to have to ask that you wait your turn on that sofa over there. The foreign dignitaries will be passing through the district on their way to a new city hall tomorrow morning. This area is large and open, making it a prime location for them to be attacked, especially by a sniper. We'll be employing our strictest security measures to ensure that doesn't happen. Hey there, can I interest you guys in some freshly squeezed juice? In honor of tomorrow's upcoming trade conference, I'm offering a special new item on the menu. Can you believe leaders from 4 of our surrounding countries are coming here to meet face to face? I've never been this nervous about my post before, and the conference hasn't even started yet. All those foreign bigwigs will finally arrive in Crossbell to come tomorrow. Not to mention that very same day is Orcus Towers' unveiling ceremony. Big gosh, just thinking about it has me all keyed up. I certainly won't be getting any sleep tonight. It's a shame we couldn't collect the rest of the books. Still, the grimoires are an incredibly valuable find. Thanks for the help. Right, you had a quest for us? I heard about your investigation at Stargazer's Tower. How could all those books just up and disappear like that? Still, thank goodness a few of them were left behind. I will talk to Miles about doing another survey down the line to look for more. The director was ecstatic to learn about the large number of ancient texts in State Stargazer Tower. He said that he'd like to house them all here at the library. Do we even have enough room in our basement archives though? It was enough for what we brought back. If we had to bring everything back, I don't know, I've never been down there. The library is both quiet and comfortable. There's just something about the smell of books that puts me at ease. Mom says books smell good. I don't really get it though. She smells way better anyway. It's always so nice and relaxing. Do books really smell that good? All those foreign bigwigs will finally arrive in Crossbell tomorrow. Not to mention the very same day in this Orcus Towers' unveiling ceremony. Yeah, I was not certain if we actually had done this, but... The Civic Center will be unavailable to reserve for the duration of a trade conference. With how close we are to Orcus Tower, we can't afford to let anything happen here that might jeopardize the event. Oh yes, resident registration matters can still be taken care of at the Civic Center. Just ask the reception desk on the first floor for more details. Hello, I was told I could apply for resident registration here. Still weird that the mayor's office is no longer here. Tomorrow's big day, guys. Western Muria Trade Conference, here we come! Soon, the dignitaries from all the represented countries are gonna gather for Orchis Towers' unveiling ceremony. Oh, it's so exciting! Settle down, friend. You're acting like a kid in a candy store. Don't forget you're supposed to be a face of a CBD working on the counter. And besides, doesn't the conference mean that you're going to be busier than ever? Well, yeah, but that's why it's important to keep your spirits up and have fun. Come on, Noe, you're being way too uptight again. That's putting it lightly. No one asked you, Vazzy. Sure, I'll be swamped with work, but it doesn't make the conference any less exciting. My heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest. I can't wait for the unveiling ceremony tomorrow. Pardon me, everyone, but what's that you have with you? Could it be a data fragment, perhaps? You mean this? We've been holding onto it just in case, but we haven't been sure what to do with it since. LoH showed the fragment to Rebecca. I was right, this is a data fragment. Can be used to restore a corrupted memory quartz. It's exactly what the forensics team has been looking for. With this, it should be possible to decipher a portion of a cult's information terminals. Really? So we'd be able to read the parts that Joachim redacted? Yes, although I should mention it's a single fragment will only recover one section at a time. The process should be almost immediately. Would you like me to send it to the forensics team right away? Of course, go right away. Very well, just a moment then. Page 1 of the information terminal 1 on our order decrypted. Page 3 of the information terminal on our order decrypted. Right, thanks for your help, Rebecca. Our current security arrangements are built on an unprecedented collaboration between the police department and CGF. Until now, it would have been inconceivable for the two organizations to attain this level of coordination. That any of this is even possible is largely due to Commander Bales and her relationship with the CPD. Man, I'd been away for so long that I almost forgot how much of a beauty Rebecca is. Speaking of the CGF, those glasses at the trail remind me of Sonia, except, you know, on a girl who isn't past her prime. Randy, do you want me to relay that comment in my next report to the commander? Come on, Noel, that's a top secret SSS intel right there. No sharing. If you're going to relay anything, it should be Randy Orlando says Rebecca at the CBD can't hold a candle to you. It looks to me like you've been hard at work filling out your combat notebook. I'd like to record your information in our database. Mind if I see it for a minute? With pleasure. Thank you very much. Here's your notebook back, and please accept this as a compensation for your hard work. 1500 mirror and free U material. We don't have any business upstairs. We have no one in here. However, support request, Detective Bennings. Pretty well, we're taking care of him at our usual pace. Is that right? As we speak, Detective Dudley is performing the final checks on Orchis Tower's security system ahead of a conference. In a similar vein, Chief Sergey will be spending the day on the floor above us, ironing details out with all parties involved. You two have your own work you should be focusing your efforts on. That is to say, your usual pace won't be good enough this week. Right, remember that. She's as stringent as ever. Do what I do and think of her with her mouth closed. She's a real looker then. Seriously, Randy? Is that any way to be talking about a senior detective? The unveiling ceremony is set for tomorrow. It took 5 long years of construction, but the new City Hall building is finally complete. Hey Lord, just one day until the start of a big trade conference. The CGF will be working security too. Got me a little nervous actually. Well, it makes sense. The dignitaries coming to town are some of the most important people on the continent. Not only that, but they're finally going to unveil Orcus Tower. The whole situation is too much to take in. Anyway, let's keep our eyes sharp on these next couple of days, yeah? You got it, Franz. We can't enter even though the door is open. Shame. What's with all these officers on patrol? Is it because of tomorrow's conference? I get that, but can't the cops chill out for 5 minutes? Like, dang, I'm just walking to a casino. Those cops are cramping my style. They've been keeping a close eye on me. A barker's got a bark, you know? Let me do my job. Welcome everyone. Lovely day outside, isn't it? Police traffic may be high throughout town, but it's still a perfect weather for sightseeing. I can suggest a few noteworthy spots to you if you like. Aaron doesn't scold me nearly as much as he used to these days. Maybe I've gotten better at my job than before? That's something to be happy about. Doris used to be unreliable, but I hardly ever have to chide her anymore. As I meant, that does my old heart good to see how far the girl has come. As manager of Hotel Millennium, it's in my best interest to keep a close eye on tomorrow's trade conference. Whatever agreements they sign will likely have an impact on the future of Crossbell's tourist industry. I hear that Upstairs Club Neue Blank is now open after undergoing renovations. I'd very much like to visit it. You need a membership to enter though. Maybe I can get somebody to make me their +1? Well, hello Randy, what you been up to? Haven't seen you in forever, you know? Sorry about that, honey bun. Had some business to take care of. How about I take you out on a date sometime? Would you find it in your heart to forgive me then? I'm not falling for that one, mister. If you're that sorry about it, then maybe you should come in and blow some mirror at the casino for me. You drive a hard bargain. Randy seems a little too friendly around this girl. Has he been to a casino before? You have a lot to learn about Randy, Noel. Barker may as well be charging him rent. The international conference Mayor Croix put together is finally about to begin. Between reading your opponent, waiting for a perfect moment, and revealing your trump card to turn the tides, diplomacy and gambling sound awfully similar. What kind of trump card does Mayor Croix have up his sleeve? Can hardly wait to find out. Why, Randy, it's so good to see you. Yeah, same here, Waiter Rosa. How about I take you out on the town to celebrate our reunion? Well, I might consider it if you win a round against me. Oh, so that's how it's gonna be. Alright, let's get this show on. Randy. That's a very funny joke, Randy. I'm in stitches. Yeah, joke, definitely. Now lay off with those creepy smiles, will you? But Upstairs Club Neue Blank threw a grand reopening event recently. Far too rich for my blood, but I would love to visit at least once. Oh, Wendy! Jeez, where have you been? The roulette tables misses you, you know? Sorry about that, cherry pie. But hey, now that Daddy's home, why don't you hook up with... What part of stitches did you not understand, Randy? Rain check. I was gonna hook me up with a rain check, please, ma'am. Hannah will freeze over before Wendy learns his lesson. You know, fun, Wendy. You should come and play more. So boring around here without you. Tristan for... Okay. And no decoration for LoH's room. What's up, Rick? How's it hanging? Now that's the voice I recognize. Long time no see, Randy. As for how it's hanging, take a look at yourself. I'm on a lucky streak. And I'm fixing to keep it that way too. So you'd better not throw me off my game. Haha, my bad, hot hands. How are you feeling after last night, Randy? Not too hungover, are you? Ha, what kind of lightweight do you think I am? No way I'd ever black out after the soft stuff you were serving. Huh, you're the same ungrateful loudmouth you've always been. Maybe treating you to those drinks was a mistake. Next time, you can welcome yourself back. Chill out, Drake, I was only kidding. Thanks, man, seriously. I'll be there next time you want to pour a few for me. On the house, of course. There you go, flapping your lips again. It sounds like when he snuck out to the casino last night. Yeah, I wonder when he managed that. Right, we went with Arc-en-Ciel. Arc-en-Ciel will be closed to the general public from just before the trade conference to just after it. Thankfully, that means there are fewer people in this plaza than normal. Do you prefer regular old ice cream or its starter, fruitier cousin, sherbet? For a fun little fact, Ilya Platea's favorite is sherbet, and please big on ice cream. They're both beloved fans of my stall. Oh, and as for Risha, she's also happily repping Team Sherbet. Eugene's another one of Arc-en-Ciel's ice cream enjoyers, while Theodore... Well, I've yet to break through to him. Tragically, it seems he was never born with a sweet tooth. I knew this would happen. Everyone and their mom wanted tickets for the arrival debut, so of course I didn't score one. I did manage to get a ticket in the B section a week after opening night, which is better than nothing, but come on! Portia's still upset that he could only get a B section ticket. But who do you think loaned her the mirror for it? Me! Oh well, we Arc-en-Ciel fanatics have to watch each other's backs. The West Zemuria Trade Conference begins tomorrow. It has me somewhat nervous actually. International gatherings of this scale aren't too common in Crossbell. Welcome everyone, it's wonderful to see you today. Are you looking for Ilya perhaps? She and Risha should be on stage with a trip leader. Ilya and Risha are incredible. Will I ever be able to perform the way they do? Crap, I can't stand here daydreaming. Gotta hurry up and finish cleaning. If I slack off now, I won't get any time to practice on stage later. There's still a day to go, but I can already feel myself tensing up. Well, that's only natural. After all, we're not going to have your typical audience in there tomorrow. But all of you should be experts at performing under pressure by now. Have a little more faith in yourself. Carelia. She's right, Stellan. All that worrying is only going to make you hungry. Speaking of which, do you want to snack together? Misha gave me some Eastern rice crackers. I'll pass, thank you. Food is the last thing on my mind right now. Oh, please, if anything, you could stand to be a little more tense. I look at me and then I look at Plea. How does she do it? She's not the least bit nervous. Stellan's really missing out. These wisecrackers Risha gave me are to die for. Plea isn't one to let nerves get to her. She's a lot like Ilya in that regard. Now, if only some of that would rub off on Stellan too. Orbital car patricians rests honorably atop a pile of crates. Learned noble paintwork. Ah, I cut such a dashing figure in a costume you'd think it was a sin. I'm sure to gain a whole flock of new fans looking this gallant. Uh-huh, we'll see about that. There's another loose thread on your shoulder, by the way. Ah, where's Corellia? I must speak with Corellia. Some Prince Zero. This happens every time I make sudden movements. Corellia needs to hear about this at once. I'm all dressed up and ready to go. Time to take this rehearsal by storm. Preparations for tomorrow's evening show begin at 3 PM. We have the rest of the day before then to ourselves. I was thinking of using my free time to check out the unveiling ceremony. Oh, it seems we have company. Well, it was my favorite little guy and his friends. I hope we're not interrupting anything. Not at all. We're happy to have you. And I see Wendy has finally returned. Welcome back. I wish you angelic as always. Just knowing what's in your thoughts makes me one happy man. And so does being up close and personal to you and Ilya in those costumes. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen her before, I can never get enough. Go ahead, hotshots, soak it in. I appreciate the continued compliments, though admittedly, it does make me a bit self-conscious. Randy always does have trouble remembering where a lady's eyes are. What are you talking about, Vazi? Wendy Orlandi is all about respecting women. In fact, Okay, that's quite enough out of you for one day. Let's just leave it at that. Sorry about that. We're still in the process of housebreaking him. So, are you guys taking a break from rehearsal right now? Something like that. We're doing a bit of fine-tuning for tomorrow's performance. It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest. Our audience is going to be unlike any we've had before. Indeed, we can hardly believe how many heads of state will be in attendance. Oh, that's right, the dignitaries are coming here. They did mention it during our debriefing back at headquarters. Only the best for Crossbell's guests of honor, it seems. And what better entertainment could we offer than Arc-en-Ciel? Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. I can see why you'd be anxious about it. Yes, and from what I can tell, the other members of the troop feel the same. Save for Ilya and her nerves of steel, of course. Art, worrying over every little thing won't solve your problems, you know? It doesn't matter who your audience is. I'd perform my heart out even if our seats were empty. My goodness, I can't fathom you manage this level of dedication, Ilya. As if tomorrow's show wasn't enough, you also divvied headfirst into our upcoming revival production without a trace of fatigue. Revival production? For Golden Sun Silver Moon, correct? It's getting an updated performance? That's been the word on the street. It sounds like there's going to be some striking new additions as well. You better believe it. It was a bit of a challenge to revise what's already a fully completed work, but our goal is to raise the script and staging to a whole new level of perfection. Once the production's original run is closed, we plan on taking a month off to focus on preparing for the revival. I assume that's what you meant when you said things were about to get busy the last time we met. You assume right. A whole month of rehearsal though. You must put a lot of effort into the new changes. Golden Sun Silver Moon is already one of Arc-en-Ciel's best shows ever. Can't even imagine how insane it's gonna be if you're aiming to top it. Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's a challenge I'd gladly take. I'm here to set the stage ablaze, not rest on my laurels. We need to pour our hearts and souls into the place we create to show our wonderful guests the time of their lives. That's what we, the artists of Arc-en-Ciel, were born to do. I doubt there's anyone out there who's as passionate about performing as you are, Ilya. I can't wait. You got me sold. And the curtain's not ready to be raised quite yet, but hold on to that enthusiasm. This revival production is going to sweep everyone off their feet, even those who already saw the original. There may even be a surprise star amongst our cast. You can bet it's going to be a shocker. A shocker, huh? Now I'm looking forward to it even more. My life belongs to the stage, so I'm always looking for new ways to take it to the next level. We need to pour our hearts and souls into the place we create to show our wonderful guests the times of their life. This is what we, the artists of Arkansas, were born to do. Ilya has always been remarkably reliable. If she keeps it up, I'm confident tomorrow's performance will bring down the house. The trade conference is going to bring all kinds of people into Crossbell, isn't it? Does that make you nervous, Wisher? Yes, you could say that. Is it about your performance for the dignitaries or something else? Well, no, it's not a big deal. I'll be fine. Regardless, if we're going to have a good show tomorrow night, I need to stay sharp in rehearsal today. Yeah, good luck. Is something about the trade conference worrying, Wisher? I'm likely overthinking things the way I usually do. All that matters right now is having a good rehearsal. I'm anxious about tomorrow's show, but I'm also pretty curious about the revival we got planned. No, now's not the time to focus on that. I need to keep practicing. Those Crimson & Co guys took over Revash's old place. Seem like a pretty rowdy bunch. I bet if I introduce them to some killer babes, I'll earn a few regulars. Crimson & Co just moved into the building down the alley. They give off a much more professional air compared to the way Revash was always stirring up trouble. But I've heard rumors that they're actually a front for one of the strongest Jaeger corps in Western Zemuria, the Red Constellation. They may look well-mannered on the outside, but my gut tells me they're an even bigger deal than the Mafia was. Noel Blanc's been doing better than ever since Crimson & Co came to town. They must make way more money at a fancy club like that. Wonder if they'd be willing to bring me on. One of my customers mentioned something about a trade conference starting tomorrow morning. It's not going to be like the anniversary festival though, right? So what's all the fuss about? Oops, look at me, talking up a storm over things I don't even have a care about. What I should be doing is thinking up ways to reel in more customers. Can't let my rival outshine me. I recently dug into a series of novels. It's interesting to be sure, but it doesn't quite match my tastes. This is my chance to dump it off on all of you, so here you go, there is. Sunshine Agnes, Chapter 3. I heard that heads of state from all around are gathering at tomorrow's trade conference. Personally, I'd love to watch the Blood and Iron Chancellor face off against the President of Calvert. Their countries have long opposed each other. It's a powder keg I'm dying to see explode. Open door. Well, look who it is. Commander Randolph in the flesh. You here to pay us another visit? Wendy must know him from his Red Constellation days. Looks like you made yourself right at home, huh, Zax? How's the new HQ trading you? Pretty good, you could say. Neue Blanc's Crossbell branch is right down the road too, so it makes for a convenient location. You guys always were painstaking to a fault. My uncle and Shirley around? Nah, the wisely and young miss went out on some business. You wanna leave him a message? I'll pass it along for you, no problem. Don't worry about it. Let's get out of here, bud. Alright. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon, Commander. Out on business, my assholes two are ducking me again. This is the first time you tried to see them. He told me to keep my schedule open, but I haven't heard a peep since. The guy won't even show his face when I try to meet him in person. What's up with that? I get the sense that this is one of those don't call us, we call you sort of deals. Sounds like we're on our own finding leads about Red Constellation for today then. It's fine, there's still plenty of time to search for clues while we finish our support requests. Why is this door open? Eh? How are you guys back here? Well, whatever. I need to speak to you from the other side of the counter if you'd like to make a purchase as well. You're not the delivery man last time I checked. Please go to the front if you'd like to purchase something. But why can I go here? The question. I wonder what Scott is doing right now. Well, besides this job, I mean. Sorry, just ignore me. I shouldn't be discussing my personal life at work. If you need anything at all, please feel free to ask. I do everything about how to assist you. Oh wait, I see it. The cooking recipe on the pillar there. Dignitaries from several countries around Western Zemuria are going to start arriving for the trade conference tomorrow. None of them have any official plans to visit Times, but the possibility of one walking through the door anyway has me a bit anxious. Here. A message from Legion's Foods. Dear customers, allow us to recommend our special bilberry juice to quench your thirst. Archon has begun selling tickets to their next show. It was announced as a revival production of Golden Sun Silver Moon. I should reserve my tickets sooner rather than later. Car's not here. The upcoming trade conference has resulted in tighter security around the city. We're keeping a close eye on the Cathedral as well. I'll be on the lookout for anything suspicious here at the entrance. Whoa, why am I lagging there? Enough, Tamil. Hiding in a lady's dress is incredibly inappropriate. Sorry, sister. I try not to do it again. There's no try about it, mister. By the way, Sister Juju, you're not married yet, right? Maybe it'll help you to try wearing sexier underwear. But that's none of your business. Tamil hid under Sister Juju's dress while we were playing hide and seek. Of course she was gonna get mad. What was he thinking? You know, every time someone gets mad at Tamil, it feels like I'm being yelled at too. Being twins isn't all it's cracked up to be. You've seen the elderly woman who visits her husband's grave, right? I believe a fellow died during a clash between the major powers. I empathize with her. It was even further back that I too lost my family to a dispute like that. I suppose the similarities have been making it weigh on my mind lately. She still has relatives abroad though, and they seem to be doing well for themselves. Sometimes it can make all the difference. I hear the trade conference will host prominent figures from the Empire and the Republic. Times truly have changed. It's nothing like how it was before, with all the countless clashes between the two major powers. I hope the coming era is one of peace instead of military strife. Diplomacy is what we need most. There's bound to be a great deal of economic discussion once the big trade conference begins tomorrow. As a local businessman, I need to keep close tabs on all the action. Even our smaller traders are going to feel the ramifications of everything that's agreed to at the conference. I'd better toss a goddess a few good prayers to make sure it all goes in our favor. Archbishop Erelda and Dr. Lago from St. Ursula have a rocky history together. Thankfully, the Archbishop isn't quite so hard-headed nowadays. At the least, he's finally begun reading the doctor's letters. Before, he'd simply throw them into the trash on sight. I think we can take this as a sign that things are looking up. The Archbishop's had a hard time burying the hatchet, seeing as Dr. Lago once studied under him in hopes of becoming a priest. I sincerely hope their relationship continues to mend from here on out. I received a letter from Dr. Lago at St. Ursula Hospital. He wrote about the results of his research into the lumpinus grass I had gifted to him earlier this year. It hardly concerns me, but I suppose it was a job well done. Sadly, American minds are too far for the children there to attend Sunday school at the Cathedral. Those in the downtown district, on the other hand, well, they simply don't come to class at all. We sisters venture out to those places and hold remote lessons so that every child can have an education. As it so happens, Sister Reese has gone to teach a class in the downtown district today. The trade conference is finally opening tomorrow. Things are about to get very busy, no doubt. I'll be sure to keep you all in my thoughts and prayers. Thanks, Sister Marble. We appreciate it very much. Getting through these next few days will be a challenge, but I'm confident that you give it your very best. And of course, I'll be sure to keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Archbishop Beralda can be a very obstinate man. It's actually earned him quite a few critics within the Sapien Church. Particularly, he's been awfully stringent toward the members of the Congregation of the Sacraments and their practices. Because of that, they tend to avoid visiting Crossbell Cathedral entirely. The Congregation of the Sacraments is an arm of a church that deals with the goddess of sacraments. However, their practices and work they do are undisclosed to even us common priests. Yeah, there's some shady stuff going on with them. A gladiator. I tried welcoming those lads who moved into that house over there recently, but they brushed me off. Not only that, they even turned up their noses and laughed. The way they looked at me, you'd thought I was a mangy mutt. I tell you, the family that used to live there was much friendlier. The youngsters who moved in are all sons of big-shot executives from some company or another. But that doesn't give them a right to act like spoiled little brats. Kids these days have no manners, I tell you. Where are they cruising off again? They're unveiling the new city hall tomorrow, aren't they? It already looks impressive, even with that blue curtain draped over it. I'm so excited to finally see the real thing. Master Henry has been busy making painstaking preparations with Mayor Croix for tomorrow's trade conference. Will that he had the time to come home to the estate more often? I'm terribly worried for him. My old neighbor Crail came to visit the other day. It seems she's finally settling into her new home. She looked so at peace with everything. I couldn't be happier for her. Crail and her family live in an apartment on East Street now. It's a relief to hear things are going well for themselves. Papa's working today. I hope he brings me lots of presents from wherever he went this time. You really going to another party tonight, Ferric? Don't they ever start to get boring? Why don't you come with me and see for yourself, Cindy? One taste of a high society life and you'll be a new woman. Some young men from Calvert have moved into the neighborhood. They seem to be making a hobby out of pestering everyone on the block. It's deplorable, is what it is. Ever raised in a gold-plated barn? One's comportment is a reflection of how they were raised. Parents should mold their children to fine men and women, not let them run loose like wild animals. Classical sign of a lack of parenting. Talis sent Momo out on an errand the other day while it was raining. She took so long getting home that I began to fret. When I asked what kept her, she told me that she'd lost her umbrella. She'd spent the entire time searching for it. That silly girl of mine. I could have always just bought her another one. It would have only been a small expense compared to how concerned I was for her. It makes me glad that Momo values something her father gave her so much. I don't like how worried she made me, but I'm glad she learned to cherish what she has. There sure is a heavy police presence in the city today. Must be because of those foreign dignitaries coming to town for the conference. Fingers crossed they keep the peace. I'd be just beside myself if Momo got caught up in some terrifying incident. It looks like the CBD has increased their patrol throughout the city. I'd be just beside myself if Momo got caught up in some terrifying incident. Yes. Where is Momo? The other children? With the other children. Mr. Rum has been busier than ever these days. More and more people have been requesting consultations thanks to the trade conference coming up. I have to pull my weight and help out however I can. The opening ceremony of the West Samurai Trade Conference is set for tomorrow. Dignitaries from numerous countries will be arriving to attend the unveiling of Orcus Tower. If something were to happen to any of them, it would be a scandal on an international scale. It's your duty as officers of the law to ensure nothing of the sort occurs. Feel free to consult me if you ever have any concerns. I will gladly offer you all the help I can should you be willing to take it. The West Samurai Trade Conference has gotten a lot of featured articles in the Crossbell Times lately. Apparently the conference is going to focus on economic discussions, but I wonder what exactly that entails. Maybe I'll ask Sister Marble for more details next time I see her. Alright guys, we're gonna go check out Orcus Tower tomorrow. Sure, I'm fine with that. I'll come too. Cool, let's meet in front of Times then, first thing in the morning. I heard Orcus Tower is 250 arc tall. I'm excited to see what it looks like. Oh, I saw Kia playing with her friend today. She's local, right? Maybe I should invite them too. I'm gonna meet up with everyone at Times tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. We should go check out Orcus Tower too. Yeah, but wait. Don't you still have homework to do? Shoot, I totally forgot. Hey, don't worry, I'll help, since you let me borrow your notes last time. You will? Thanks, Nana. Okay, let's knock this out before this day is over. Look out, Orcus Tower, here I come! I'm gonna help Cam with his homework. Dad's gonna wait on another month-long business trip. I guess being a railway engineer must really keep him busy. Is that a flower? Or... Rio's been inviting Talis' little girl out to play more often. I don't like the sound of that. He better not be a bad influence on that innocent child. The last thing I need is Talis and Elsa coming over to complain that my boy is a bad influence on Momo. You better watch himself if he knows what's good for him. I saw more officers on patrol than usual when I went shopping earlier today. They're certainly out in full force right now, aren't they? Well, the conference does start tomorrow. They have us patrolling the city too, while we knock out our support requests. Oh dear, that sounds exhausting. Thank you for keeping the city safe, everyone. And I just remembered I forget something last episode, namely the police academy. But I did not visit. The prison detains all those charged committing crimes on Crossbell soil, regardless of the severity. We recently started housing the arrested mafia and diet members that could lead the cult. The former secretary of the mayor is also here. Once their court dates are set, they'll be tried under autonomous state law. Ah, we can fish here in the well. Okay. Let's do that. Nothing like dumplings. All right. Good day to you, SSS. So you kept me up to date. Sounds like that new orbital car you received is a daily fixture for you now. You can say that again. It's been a lifesaver when it comes to getting work done outside the city. I can imagine. Just make sure you all follow the traffic laws to the letter. As police officers, people hold you to even higher standards. Getting into an accident wouldn't reflect well on any of us. You heard the man, Noel. Better keep your eyes on the road. Of course I will. I'm no reckless driver. I wouldn't worry about Noel going all speed demon on us. If anything, I could see her getting so caught up in her automotive fantasies that she steers up right off the road. Randy, not you too. Well, let's keep in mind we're still new to being car owners. There's a lot we have here to learn. Thanks a bunch. Feel free to give me any more peculiar dishes you cook up. You have some purple liquid. Thanks a bunch. Feel free to give me more. Periwinkle nectar. Restores 60% of HP and accuracy. Oh, I didn't see you there. Wait, Lloyd? Then this must be the special support section. Who is this? A new cadet from the looks of it. Ayuna. Wow, it feels like it's been forever. Your mom would tell me you enrolled at the academy. Guess I should have figured I'd bump into you here. Yep, I joined right after I graduated from Sunday school. Sorry I haven't had time to catch up or say hi. So it's good to see you again, Detective Bennings. The same to you, Cadet Crawford. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the orbital phone. How many cuties from your past are you still hiding from us, Lloyd? From the sound of it, you two used to be neighbors or something? Yeah, we were. You know that apartment building I grew up in? She lives there with her mother and two younger siblings. Uh-huh. Cecile's family has always been great to us. It's nice to meet the rest of you. My name is Yuna Crawford. I enrolled at the police academy earlier this year. I've been following along with the SSS ever since I read that Crossbell Times article about what you did during a cult incident. It's an honor to meet you. That's very sweet. It's nice to meet you too, Yuna. Oh, I've heard about you from Commander Bells before. She said there was an up-and-coming cadet, Crawford, who dreamed of joining the SSS. Well then. No kidding. How does she... Right, I wrote that down when I applied. Please don't take it too seriously. I just didn't know what else to put, and besides, it's hardly up to me to decide. I also wouldn't call myself an up-and-comer or anything. I've still got a long way to go before I'm worth being hyped up like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I know it's tough being the newbie, but hang in there, it gets better. Definitely. I'll be sure to let your family know we caught up and that you said hi. You would? Thanks, I'd appreciate it. But we can't visit her family. Oh, and by the way, congrats on starting the SSS back up again. I'll be rooting you guys on from here. Yuna was originally introduced in Trails of Cold Steel 3 for the first time, and she was then in this remaster of Trails to Azure, was basically backported in as a character that we've always known, because that's how she's treated in Cold Steel 3. Anyway, we haven't been in here, right? Yeah, and somehow I got distracted. The trade conference is nearly here. It'll open with the unveiling of a new city hall and host dignitaries from all over Western Samoria. There's like 100 photo ops in one. Can't let this chance slip by. Honestly, that husband of mine, he tried to have a garage installed in our apartment building. I talked him out of the idea, but not before he tried pitching it to Sammy. The poor girl looked so dumbfounded. That's when I thought he couldn't be any more careless with our Mira. He goes and pulls a stunt like that. Sakes alive, that husband of mine. He tried to... All I wanted was a garage to keep my precious car out of the rain. But my wife got so heated at the thought of it that I had no choice but to surrender. Is wanting to make sure my beautiful baby girl gets the best care really so wrong? Mr. Levick over at the ground floor pitched me his plan for adding a garage to the apartment building. He told me he had enough Mira to pay for it, but his wife shut him down quick. What I want to know is why he came to me with the idea. I'm only paid to clean the place. Mr. Levick is a retired diet member with tons of cash burning a hole in his pocket. But even then, why would he use it to add a garage to an apartment building is beyond me. I designed the exterior of Orcus Tower, and tomorrow it'll finally be unveiled. Oh, what am I, a fresh-faced schoolboy? Why am I getting a little nervous about this? Come tomorrow, Orcus Tower will finally be unveiled for all to see. I have to remember to say hello to the construction crew after the ceremony. Orcus Tower was the largest contract of my husband's career, so the unveiling has him a bit anxious. Maybe some coffee will calm his nerves. Caffeine can do that, surprisingly enough. Patrols are scheduled to take place regularly until the end of the conference. I'll have to stay vigilant. I wrongly assumed that Theo would lose all motivation after we demoted him. This isn't at all what I was expecting. That Theo being out of the kitchen only put a bigger burden on Brown's shoulders. This isn't going to work out. What to do. Why did the obnoxious cook take my order today? Who even let him out of the kitchen? Oyster shifted me to waiting tables for a little while. I don't know what he's planning, but this change isn't so awful. I can stare at all the hot babes I want. Heck, I could even score a date or three. Going on dates with your customers seems a little unethical, if you ask me. I think I can speak for every girl in here when I say I prefer not to be gawked at while eating. What an order. What to order. I could really go either way, so... Would you hurry up and choose already, dear? I'm hungry and I know what I want. Okay, don't hold back. Go ahead and order whatever you want. It's not every day we get to go on vacation like this after all. Yay! I knew I loved you for a reason, honey bun. Neustorf may have gone a little overboard with this one. Kicking Sateo out of a kitchen entirely feels a little too drastic a step. Then again, I suppose that may be the only way to get through to him. That being said, Sateo doesn't look too beat up over any of this. Does he even understand the position he's in right now? I'll be helping out in the kitchen for a while in Sateo's place. It's mostly just prep work and washing dishes though. Ah yes, the trade conference begins tomorrow. And about time too. Its sponsor, Mayor Croix, also doubles as the president of the International Bank of Crossbell. He'd better take every chance he can to display his fine leadership skills during the proceedings. You know, I'm down bad for Arios, but Mayor Croix is a contender for sure. Not so much to, like, put a ring on though. It's more like he'd totally make for a great dad. Please adopt me, Daddy Dieter. Death. Mayor Croix is like literal daddy material. Nothing at all like my real dad. He's just an old bag of wrinkles. Welcome to Legion's Foods, the best friend of every homemaker. If you're having trouble deciding what to cook for dinner, I've got plenty of suggestions. For example, you could make a delicious soup using our fresh herbs. They came in just this morning. Be careful though, stew bay leaves for too long and they turn bitter as anything. I have another year of studying before I can take the entrance exam again. My family's dirty looks are only getting dirtier now. What am I gonna do with my life? The trade conference begins tomorrow. Representatives from Crossbell and 4 nearby nations will be in attendance. The historical implications this has are astounding, especially when you look back at the last several decades. I've been on pins and needles waiting to see how it all unfold. Did you know Archon Seal's Golden Sun Silver Moon is getting a revival show? They're keeping the changes a secret, but I've heard they're making a bold new edition. And you never believe it, but guess what? I landed 2 tickets for opening night. No fooling, good for you, man. So, who's the lucky lady joining you? And that's the question, isn't it? Anyway, there's still a month until the debut. I'll figure it out by then, definitely. You know what I think? The people who invent stuff to sell must have it real tough. They always have to figure out new ways to reel in suckers like my mom. I need to be like Pearl and find myself a man who will treat me right. Whoopsie, I forgot to water you, didn't I, my little panty wanties? Mommy's sorry. Now drink up, everybody. There's enough to go around. Well, baby talk. That scores a ton of points in my book. That's not a book I ever want to read. Wow, look at how green it is out here. Is all that stuff way over there part of Crossbell too? My granddaughter doesn't know much about the world outside the city. Perhaps I should bring her with me to America next time I visit. I wish I could see what it's like underneath those giant curtains. Guess we'll find out before long though. The unveiling ceremony can't come soon enough. How do they plan on removing all that fabric blocking the way? Don't tell me they expect the entire city to pull it down from the bottom. Hey there kids, spot anything out of the ordinary today? Nothing in particular thus far. Are you keeping watch from here, Inspector? Yep, this place makes a good hub for coordinating with the rest of the division. So far things have been all green on this end, but that can always turn on a 10 mirror coin. You best get back to work, kids. Good luck out of there. Thanks, same to you. Father's been trying to goad me back into retailing clothes the way I used to. Working with footwear is satisfying enough for me. It's a more nuanced market than anybody would expect. I suppose you could say I put my soul into selling those shoes. And that's no joke. Fashion is a complex business, but footwear is certainly no different. I suppose you could say... You know what I think? People who dream up everyday products are absolutely amazing. They're always striving to find new ways to captivate savvy customers like me. And the son answers that way. You know what I think? The people who invent stuff to sell must have it real tough. They always have to figure out new ways to reel in suckers like my mom. So, not savvy customers at all, yeah? Man, Crossbell gets better and better every time we visit. Tomorrow is the unveiling ceremony for Orcus Tower too. I just know we got another exciting trip ahead of us. Crossbell is just so full of excitement. I could come here a million times and never get bored. Ah yes, the conference is having its opening ceremony tomorrow. Mayor Croix gave me quite a shock when he first announced it. Even now I can still barely believe that it's actually happening. I doubt Mayor Croix would have managed to put it together if he didn't double as the CEO of the IBC. Many of my customers are the most kind-hearted people I've ever had the pleasure of doing business with. I know it's wrong to compare, but I far prefer them to the Albonian nobles I once sold to. Hey, how's it going, guys? Is it just me or is work a living Gehenna right now? It's nothing surprising given the circumstances. I'd say we've been handling it just fine. I take it you are stationed here at the department store, Raymond? Nah, not just times. I'm in charge of all the business in Central Square. Luckily for me, there's plenty of top-shelf babes in the area, so I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. Plenty of... what? This guy's a bit of a scumbag, isn't he? What's wrong with that? As long as it keeps him in the ball, right? This department store is a joke. I thought this was supposed to be a trade city. Yeah, I wouldn't even spend my loose change on this crap. Don't they know we've got standards? What do you expect? Just cheap, low-class junk made for plebs. Whatever, let's just grab something to munch on while we drink. These must be the little asswipes you guys mentioned. Honestly, someone needs to put up a no loitering sign in here. Let's just pretend we didn't see them. Man, what's the point of going on a trip if we're not gonna go balls to the walls with it? I know. Why don't we hit up that one club in the back alley? Oh yeah, was cops, the spatial abort station or whatever. So, you're going to get out of here or what? I don't remember giving you permission to talk to us. I mean, you're in a public space. How about we go to the Orbital store later? Might as well give a car a good tuning up while we're out, right? Hansen is my business rival back when he was a clothing retailer. But that rivalry is exactly what drove us to cultivate our respective fashion senses. Specializing in shoes is fine and all, but I don't get why he has to limit himself to nothing else but that. Hello there, care for a balloon? Got them all sorts of colors, red, blue, yellow, green, you name it. It's no surprise the city's already feeling tense, with a trade conference starting tomorrow. I even got stopped and questioned by a police officer for the first time in my life. I got questioned for the first time ever, and you know what? That police officer could have stood to be less rude doing it. Can't believe I had to say I was on an errand for my parents out loud. So embarrassing. The manager here seems better informed about his products now than he was a few months back. I understand his enthusiasm, but truth be told, it's a bit irksome. I don't need a dissertation on every little part of every little appliance. Is there anything I can assist you with? Perhaps you're in need of an orbital vacuum? In that case, allow me to comment the Verne Company's latest model. Its three interchangeable heads allow you to clean any surface to perfection. We might even call this the height of modern convenience. My little Chaco's a real beauty, isn't she? But you see, that's exactly why I got to be on the lookout for any scumbags fixing to make a pass at her. Photocrats. Oh, these newer models have way more storage. Maybe I could get by with just 2 or 3. I came to stock up on photocrats for tomorrow's unveiling ceremony. It would just be awful if I ran out just before the big moment. Trade conference is just around the bend, huh? Exciting times that. No way the Liberalians are going to be flying in on anything but via sail. A sail? Oh, is that the high-speed cruiser they've got down there? The famous one? Exactly! Instead of all the latest CGF tech, she's a masterpiece. The airship to end all airships. The second I spot a shadow bigger than a bird's tomorrow, I'm dropping everything to nab a photo. I get that you're excited, Wendy, but remember, everything in moderation, okay? How about... no. Hey, come on now. When Wendy takes a shutout, never get between a lady and her airship. Welcome to Genton. You'll be pleased to know that we now stock orbital car parts and paintwork pellets. You know we want them, so why hesitate? Step right up and buy some while you can. Man, this store is amazing. The girls working the counter are even more amazing than the gadgets. This engineer is cute, sure, but the sales girl is more my type. Man, being on vacation rules. You think she'd let me take a picture of her if I asked nicely? I don't know, but her father is here, so be careful.
Yosh, 行くか。よし、やるか。
And the HP charger, which cannot no longer be removed, which allows us now to rest in the car if you want. We've started patrolling more areas as of today, and so far there's been a sharp decline in illegal parking. If only people were like this all the time, but oh well, it's still a good thing, so I can't really complain too much, can I? Daddy says you're not gonna be able to play with me for a long time. It's cause he has work to do though, so I'll be a good girl and wait for him. Since City Hall is moving operations to Orcus Tower, they're situating me over there for the time being. I'm going to be a very busy man. You don't hear as much gunfire in the seedier parts of town now that the Rush is behind bars, but now it's almost too quiet. It would be nice if things could stay peaceful, but you know what they say about calms before the storm. I'm finally getting some time to myself around here for once. Give a fella a break, Adios. Don't end this peace and quiet just yet. I heard Erebonian dignitaries are coming to the West Zemuria Trade Conference. There's no way a trainiac like me could miss that. You see, the Imperial government owns a private orbital train that it reserves for these exact occasions. Given who's coming, we just have to be using it to travel to Crossbell. I'm so excited I can hardly stand it. Which means our VIPs will be sure to arrive on it before tomorrow's unveiling. It's like a dream come true. My husband seems to be enjoying himself, but I can't help feeling a tad anxious. They don't call Crossbell the city of sin for no reason after all. Well, would you look at this street? All the lovely little buildings all in a row. I'm feeling giddier than I've ever been in my whole dang life. We have several detectives from the 2nd Division posted at the train station and the airport right now. And that doesn't include all the other precautions throughout the city. I've never seen security this tight before. Funny how well it works when the LoH isn't in the way anymore, right? That big trade conference is tomorrow. Makes sense, it would be here in Crossbell, the trade capital of the continent. Whatever happens there, it's going to be a huge economic impact on all the neighboring countries. I may be on vacation, but this kind of thing is worth keeping up with. Our shipping company primarily handles packages from out of state. Common job for us is forwarding medical supplies from the Principality of Emetheria to St. Ursula Medical College. It's a little silly, but I feel like I'm contributing to cutting-edge medical treatments too. By transporting the stuff, it's a big responsibility. We're running strict security checks on anyone entering or leaving the airport for the duration of a trade conference. We've got to stay on the ball this week to make sure this conference passes without incident. We don't have any reason to go to the airport. Okay. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. Yeah, well, I might revisit some fishing spots off screen because while I explored the roads, I found a fishing rod, so. Okay, anyway, that should be it for this episode. Until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.